When it comes to clinical psychology or psychiatry as scientific and medical disciplines, the primary role of our profession is to promote or advance mental health. But that simply translates to taking somebody who's got a problem, whether it be a mental, emotional, behavioral, or even relational issue, and help resolve that issue. In other words, take somebody who has a deficit or who's been knocked back into minus and bring them back to their original position of neutral or zero. So by default, the definition of mental health has simply become the absence of mental illness. But you can't apply that same definition to wealth, because wealth is not just the absence of debt. Wealth is the cultivation, the creation, the accumulation of something or things of great value, the utilization, the protection, the building, the replication. So if we were to take that same definition of wealth and apply it to mental wealth, you might be forgiven for thinking, well, that just means that mental wealth is something like an overabundant richness of happiness, joy, and well-being. But that would be a very egocentric view of mental wealth. It's all about my happiness and my emotional well-being. Well, I would like to suggest that a wealthy mind is not just a mind that can generate personal happiness, but a mind that can think articulately and artistically, critically evaluate and encourage, make wise decisions and execute them. The capacity to learn and have precision of memory and accurately perceive the needs of others and be considerate to them. To effectively appraise and problem solve, to discover and invent, to love and defend, to cultivate joy, and ultimately pursue peace and persevere and be patient. To be kind and gentle, to resist temptation and exercise self-control. To distinguish between justice and injustice, between right and wrong, good and bad, wicked and wonderful, and ultimately pursue righteousness, making an effective and a valuable contribution to the world in which we live. Now that's what I call a beautiful mind. But the question is, well, how do we tap in to such beauty? How do we actually lay hold of such mental wealth?